A crucial awareness. Hello and welcome everyone. Today we address an essential subject, especially for those who have reached the golden age of life. The importance of taking care of our body and not falling into the traps that modern society imposes on us. Did you know that there are habits that we have considered healthy for years, but which can actually speed up the aging process, especially after the age of 70? Yes. This includes excessive walking. Today, I invite you to rethink what you know about walking and discover why a change in perspective could add years of well-being to your life. Before you get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and get ready to receive valuable tips for your health and longevity. Why walking can become a silent enemy. After 70 years, health is not just the absence of disease, it is balance. Plato. It is almost instinctive to think that walking, one of the simplest and most accessible exercises, must be beneficial for our health, regardless of our age. But an uncomfortable reality sets in when you reach a certain age. Walking too long after 70, without understanding the limits of your body, can actually become a real silent enemy. Imagine yourself walking, each step seemingly innocuous, but in each movement there is pressure on your joints. With age, our bones, often considered our strongest support, gradually lose their density. Our joints become more fragile and less flexible. The cartilage that covers our joints becomes thinner, and the slightest excessive stress can cause pain. This, unfortunately, is not always immediately noticeable. Therein lies the trap, a stealthy pain that slowly sets in and becomes an invisible burden. Walking, although generally seen as a way to improve blood circulation and strengthen muscles, can, in some cases, cause more harm than good. When the joints are no longer protected by good muscle mass, each excessive movement of walking can cause micro-trauma. Excessive stress, without the right techniques and support, leads to premature wear and tear of joint tissues, lower back pain, and even fractures. Not to mention the risk of falls, which become more frequent with age. The question that arises is why risk aging faster by continuing an exercise routine that we believe is beneficial for our health? Why continue walking for hours without adapting this activity to our specific needs? The problem is not the walking itself, but the way it is done, sometimes without listening to our body's signals. Have you ever felt a dull ache in your knees or unexpected fatigue after a long walk? These little signals are warnings that your body is trying to send you. And yet, many of us persevere in these habits, thinking that we must continue walking to stay in good shape. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever noticed that sometimes a little break or a gentler activity does you good while walking becomes a burden? This brings us to an important thought. Is your current routine truly taking into account the specific needs of your body at this stage of your life? Are you listening to what your body is telling you? Or are you trapped in habits that are no longer suited to your physical condition? If you are over 70, it is essential to ask yourself whether walking, as you practice it, is the best solution, or whether gentler, more targeted alternatives could meet your needs. A new way, the benefits of controlled walking and other gentle exercises. Slowness is the key to longevity. Lao Tzu. When we talk about well-being after 70, it's no longer about running marathons or walking for hours on end. People's idea of exercise is often based on youthful and intense norms. But as we age, it becomes crucial to rethink our habits. Fortunately, there is a gentler and equally effective alternative for maintaining our physical fitness without risking tiring our body or injuring it. A more calm and thoughtful approach could be the key to your long-term well-being. Rather than walking long distances every day, why not opt for a controlled walking? This means favoring shorter but more regular walks at a comfortable pace and paying attention to your body's posture and alignment. This method helps stimulate blood circulation without putting too much strain on your joints, thus preserving their mobility. A slow, measured step can provide far more benefits than a brisk, strenuous walk. However, controlled walking is just one facet of a range of gentle activities that can enrich your routine. Yoga, for example, is an incredibly beneficial practice for maintaining flexibility, strengthening deep muscles, and improving balance, especially important in old age. There is no need to perform complex postures or force yourself to do intense practices. Even one gentle yoga session, guided at your own pace, can have immediate positive effects on the flexibility of your joints and the calming of your mind. Rest is not a luxury, but a necessity. A tired body cannot repair itself properly. Every physical effort we make requires a recovery period for our muscles, joints, and cells to regenerate. This becomes even more vital after age 70. If the body is not allowed to rest and regenerate, it risks wearing out more quickly. Chronic physical exhaustion can lead to persistent pain, decreased mobility, and ultimately accelerated aging of body tissues. Rest isn't just about sleeping. It is a global process that involves taking care of your body by providing space for relaxation after physical exertion. And not just at night, but also during the day. In fact, it is essential to plan moments of relaxation after any physical activity. A simple stretch, a well-deserved break, or even a short meditation session can be extremely beneficial to your overall well-being. Think of every physical activity as an investment in your health. But every investment requires balanced management. If you put too much pressure on a resource, it will eventually become depleted. Likewise, if you force your body to continue functioning without the necessary time to recover, you create an imbalance that can lead to injury, built-up stress, and fatigue that affects not only your body, but your mind as well. Have you ever noticed that after a long and tiring walk, you feel exhausted for several hours or more? This feeling of prolonged fatigue is a sign that your body needs time to recover. This is the exact moment you need to take a break and relax. Whether it's sitting comfortably, listening to soft music, or engaging in a calm activity like reading or meditation, every moment of relaxation nourishes your body and mind. Never underestimate the power of good recovery. Stress accumulated throughout the day can be a significant factor in premature aging. So take the time to actively relax. This is not an act of laziness, but an act of love towards yourself. Remember that every moment of rest is as important as every physical exercise. Healing lies in stillness, and it is in the balance between effort and rest that you will find the key to your long-term well-being. The next time you feel tired after physical activity, don't hesitate to give yourself this break. There is no shame in taking care of yourself. On the contrary, it is an act of wisdom. Your body will thank you for it. Habits that nourish the body and mind to age. Gracefully, a life well lived is a life nourished by healthy habits. Socrates. Aging in good health is no coincidence. It's a choice, a daily commitment towards oneself. Too often, we think that longevity is a matter of luck or genes, but in reality, it is the result of the small decisions we make every day. It goes well beyond physical exercise. It's about cultivating habits that nourish both body and mind, taking a holistic approach to living a balanced and fulfilled life. One of the first habits to adopt is that of eating consciously and balanced. It's not just a question of calories, but also the quality of what we consume. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to the nutrients they absorb. Foods rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals are essential for supporting the immune system, improving blood circulation, and maintaining the health of our bones and joints. A healthy diet becomes a pillar of longevity. Whether it's fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, or healthy fats like nuts and avocado, every food choice is a way to nourish your body for the future. But beyond the foods themselves, it is also important to eat mindfully and gratefully, to appreciate every bite to nourish not only your body, but also your mind. But health doesn't just lie in physical nutrition. Mindset plays an equally fundamental role. As we age, it becomes even more important to cultivate a positive, open, and grateful mindset. Have you ever noticed how a positive mindset can affect your overall well-being? How you approach challenges, how you handle stress, and even how you view small daily victories can determine your long-term quality of life. The golden years are the perfect time to cultivate mindfulness and gratitude, to adopt a perspective that helps you enjoy every moment. It involves taking a step back, seeing the beauty in the little things, and nurturing an optimistic vision of the future. Then there is nurturing relationships. Human interactions are at the heart of our well-being. There is evidence that older adults who maintain strong social connections live longer and healthier lives. This does not mean that you should increase your social gatherings at all costs, but rather cultivate deep relationships with people who bring you peace, love, and support. Maybe it's time to deepen ties with your family, reconnect with old friends, or even join a group where you can share your passions and wisdom with others. Human connections are a real cure for isolation, an often underestimated factor in premature aging. Finally, the last but not least habit is to nourish your mind with readings, cultural activities, or even new skills. The mind also needs to nourish itself and flourish. Don't wait until you feel old or worn out to try something new. Learning is a process that has no age. Reading books that inspire you, listening to podcasts that broaden your horizons, or even taking up a new hobby can bring a sense of renewal and fulfillment to your life. Not only does it provide a sense of purpose, but it also boosts your cognitive abilities, helping you stay mentally sharp. Have you incorporated these habits into your daily life? If you haven't done so yet, perhaps it's time to review your choices and allow yourself these nourishing moments. If the golden age is the time when we reap what we sow, it is also the opportunity to reorient our life towards what deeply nourishes the heart and mind. Aging wisely and taking care of yourself. In conclusion, taking care of your body after 70 does not mean following the same practices as at 20 or 30. Rather, it's about listening to your needs and making adjustments as necessary. Walking can be beneficial, but being careful about how and how often you do it is essential. Opt for alternatives more suited to your well-being. If this message resonates with you, if you would like to learn more about how to improve your health and extend your longevity, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and join us for more inspiring tips.